All right, good evening. I want to welcome everyone who is in attendance. It looks like we have several people who are joining the event tonight. And I want to thank you for giving us a little bit of time to learn about some of our pathways that we have in agriculture through Union County Public Schools and with some of our post-secondary partners. So this is the first of our series that we're beginning of parent information nights related to pathways that we have available in Union County Public Schools and in partners with our post-secondary institutions. So what we're going to do today is spend a little bit of time talking through all the different things that we have related to agriculture as the focus. So Ms. Hayward, if you would just go ahead and move the slide. So we have some really excited to have some guests here from several major universities and our local community college here talking about what they offer in agriculture. So we hope that this is going to be a real good way for parents to be able to learn about the aligned pathways that go from Union County Public Schools into these post-secondary institutions and into a career. So I want to recognize again who all we have here. We have South Piedmont Community College. We have NC State University. We have Wingate University and North Carolina A&T State University. And we're really appreciating them taking time to be there. On top of that, we have some esteemed UCPS staff members. We have Miss Robin Harrell, who is one of our career development coordinators, and one of our fantastic agriculture teachers from Piedmont High School, Miss Laura Gardner. So the goals for the event today are to spend a little bit of time, again, allowing parents to learn about these agriculture pathways and these opportunities. I do want to let you know that there will be opportunities for you to submit questions via the question and answer box. So if you will put any questions in there, as time allows at the end of the session, we will provide those to our panel and they can answer questions if there's something specific related to a specific institution or to Union County Public Schools. So our goal is to try to make this as time as sensitive as we can, but we want to make sure that it's got plenty of information that will allow you to be able to have a good idea of what all is offered. So with that, what we're going to do is turn this over to Miss Robin Harrell.
Good evening. So I'm going to talk about sort of where do students start. And in Union County, we're going to talk about Major Clarity as our tool. So just a little bit about me. I've been with Union County Schools for 20 years, 16 of that in the classroom, teaching a variety of things. And then for 4 years, I've been a career development coordinator in Union County, working mostly with middle schools. And I have 3 middle schools that I currently serve. So Kim, you can go to the next one. So what is the purpose of the career development plan? Some of you may have heard your students talk about this. We're going to talk a little bit about what that means. It's a way to guide students with pathways that align with what they're interested in. And we'll talk in a minute about how we find out what those interests are. Encourage career exploration, students to ask questions, start conversations with teachers, with career development coordinators, with counselors, and with parents. Select courses in high school that prepare students for their future careers that they're interested in, and be able to identify colleges and universities that may have the programs that align with what their interests are for their career. Okay, go ahead. So components of the career development plan. All students in grades 6 through 12 create a career development plan. It's updated yearly. So included in that career development plan are assessments. In Union County with Major Clarity, we use the personality and learning styles assessment. Students answer some questions that helps them see what their personality is like and how they learn. We do career exploration, allow students to see career categories, learn about the careers, look at interviews to see what people do in that career. They can do activities to learn more. We can do an academic plan, and every student will do that. If they align their courses in grades 6 through 12 from their core classes to their extracurricular classes like CTE courses, then they can do in high school, continue with that. In addition, do resume building. They can do college searches, looking for those colleges that align with what they're interested in. They can record their clubs, activities test scores, have everything in one place to be able to see when they get ready to apply to college. And then a copy of the career development plan is emailed to the parents of the students at the end of the school year. It comes with their Infinite Campus, with their email that they have an Infinite Campus, so be on the lookout for that. And it comes from Major Clarity, and it shows you their results of those assessments, the pathways that they've chosen, that they're interested in. It shows the courses that they would like to take and allows you to have that conversation with your student. Okay, go ahead. This is an example of the platform, what it looks like. Your students can show you this. You can ask them to pull up Major Clarity. They all have access to it in their Clever account. On the left is the menu that students go to do the different activities. In the middle top, you will see an example of the personality assessment and the learning style assessment results. They get those percentages showing what their results are, and they can click on the I with the circle that gives them more information about their personality and learning styles. And then in the bottom, you will see an example of career exploration where students can choose these career categories, find out more information on these different categories. Students love to learn about how much education they might need, how much money they can make on average in their zip code, and that's the type of information they can get from those career exploration components. Okay, go ahead. And then lastly, this is an example of the career development plan that you get in your email at the end of the year that we do with each student. You will see on the left side is the first page, and it's got the results from the personality assessment, the learning styles assessment, the pathway that they've chosen. This one is something to do with animal science, so it's in the agriculture field. And then on the right, you will see the courses that the student has aligned. This is a 12th grade student. So you'll see their courses they took 7th through 11th, and then the courses that they are wanting to take in 12th. And you can see those agricultural related courses in their plan. And this allows students to kind of have an idea of what they need to take or what they would like to take to get where they want to be when they graduate to further their career after their graduation. And that's what we do for Union County schools.
Hello, can everybody hear me? Sorry. So my name's Laura Gardner, and I am a agriculture teacher and FFA advisor at Piedmont High School. I have been teaching agriculture for 19 years here in North Carolina. I've taught in several different school systems from very urban to super rural. And I have my master's and my bachelor's in agriculture education from NC State. And yeah, so I love what I do. Mr. Davis taught me up too much. So here we've got a lot of we have a lot of pathways in agriculture here in Union County, and every high school is very fortunate with having some type of agriculture program. And the two that are listed here just kind of go through are our two probably most, I don't know, probably have the most involvement in, along with our ag mechanics program. Animal science is definitely one of our largest focused areas. Like Ms. Harrell said, you know, that last student had a plan for animal science, and you can see some of the areas of focus can be anywhere from food animal or livestock to companion animal, which really kind of lends themselves into veterinary assisting. And then we also have a school that teaches some equine science. Some of the things that are in all of our agriculture classes, we do teach FFA. The National FFA organization is a integral part of our classroom, and that is where we teach leadership to our students. Students get anything from public speaking, parliamentary procedure, teamwork. It's all those soft skills that they need when they go into any career field, even if it's not an agricultural career field. And I think we can probably go to the next slide. These are two of our other big areas here, agriculture mechanics and sustainable agriculture. Again, you still see the FFA and leadership portion, but then again, we kind of shift over a little bit. Our mechanics is very much so hands-on in shop settings, from welding to woodworking to working on equipment, even small equipment like lawnmowers and weed eaters, and then sometimes on larger equipment such as tractors. And then we have our sustainable agriculture, which really kind of brings in all of this has a science side to it, which is fantastic. But our sustainable agriculture brings in some of the horticulture. It can pull in a little bit of renewable energy. But then we also have animal production, we have conservation, environmental science. It's a very good all around course that, keeps us being stewards of our community. I know at Piedmont High School, we have 4 pathways that we look into doing. One of the things that's not listed on there is ag business. And I know some of our college partners are going to talk a little bit about that, but ag business is a portion. We don't have just an ag business class, but we are going to have some ag business pathways that students will be able to work themselves through also, and work with some of those college partners too. So hopefully we'll talk more about those. And then our career opportunities, this is a very small list of career opportunities that students can be involved in. I did a little research prior to coming on our talk tonight, and just looking at basic places like agcareers.com or Indeed, even all of those, we have tons of jobs within 100 miles of Monroe, North Carolina. Anything from working with quality equipment, Sod Start, Cargill, Land of Lakes, Helena, and really all of these areas are in ag mechanics, in the animal science. A lot of them are even business related. So the ag business side is great, working in the business office and trying to do sales and marketing. One of the statistics we teach in our class in animal science is the greatest area of growth in agriculture is in sales and marketing, because everybody has some type of product they're trying to get out there. So that's a great area that students can go into, other than maybe just the veterinary route, or maybe going out and, just working on the farm. I always tell kids now, we're not the sows, cows, and plows anymore. There's so much more technology out there, and drone technology and everything else is really kind of advancing our career opportunities out there in agriculture. You can go to the next one, I think. And if you're interested in finding out anything else, you can contact a career development coordinator. Every high school has one. And like Robin said, she's one that serves, I believe it was 3 middle schools. So if you have a middle school student who is also interested, there will be a career development coordinator within their school system that they can make contacts with as well. And you can always visit the UCPSCTE.org website. If anybody has questions, I'm happy to answer.
Hi, good evening. Thank you all for having me. My name is Stephanie Gilbert. I'm the Department Chair for Business, Education, and Social Sciences at South Piedmont Community College, right down the street in Monroe. The areas that I have in my purview are business and accounting and education, and you can see the list on there. Most importantly for this conversation is agribusiness technology. Also on the call is Dr. Rebecca Berry. She's the Dean of Arts and Sciences. The other role that I play is I am a parent of 4 children who have come up through UCPS. The youngest one is still at Weddington, and he's actually dual enrollment as we speak, finishing up his associate's degree as he graduates. So I've seen firsthand how these programs can work. So at South Piedmont, what we have available for your students right now is a agribusiness technology certificate. You can see the courses on the left-hand side of your screen that are included in that certificate. It's a great combination of very business-focused courses, but we also have some animal science and soil science courses included in there. All of our courses are offered solely online, which is great for your students for flexibility. But then there's also hands-on opportunities that they can get out in Union County that are just great to kind of complement what they're learning. To point out that these courses are free of charge for your students while they're enrolled at UCPS, but just also to point out that they can take part in these certificate classes after they graduate. Would love to have some parents in these classes as well, and maybe some siblings even after they graduate. So it'd be a great opportunity. The students can start enrolling as early as 9th grade in the agribusiness technology certificate. And the courses that you see above can be taken in any order. Next semester, we're going to see soil science and ag marketing coming up that your students can jump into, or they can wait and start in the fall. It's up to them. To point out, these courses that you're going to see are going to enhance whatever they're going to get at in the CTE pathways at their UCPS high schools. They are, even if they're in, a business pathway, they can use this. Okay, go ahead. Thanks. Okay, so what does it do? The certificate is can help them get ready to be employed immediately upon graduation from high school in areas like equipment sales, produce management, nursery management, um, even if they don't continue to a four-year institution. But they may also choose to go ahead and continue to a four-year institution. You're going to hear from those institutions after me. We have what's called accreditation, relationships, transferable credits with all these other institutions. And so these courses that they're going to take with us will transfer right on over if they decide to continue. Future opportunities. There is always going to be opportunities in ag. It's by definition of what it is. It is a great area to go into. Whether your student likes, more the business side or likes more the science side, there's always going to be opportunities in the immediate Union and Lansing County as well as national and internationally. Some of the typical jobs you're going to see right there are some management, some field technicians responsibilities, and many, many others. I do want to share an ag success story. The picture that you see right there is Amber Taylor. Amber worked in healthcare, and the place that she worked was right next to a place where there was a row crop farm operation right next door. And on break, she'd go over and talk to the folks who were working over there and just became really interested in it. So much so that she decided to pop into classes here at South Piedmont. Ended up finishing all of her courses here, and then talking to her professor here, she was encouraged to go to NCA&T, who you're going to hear from a little bit later this evening. And now she works at Ag South, which is Farm Credit. She works to help row crop farmers get lines of credit when they need it, and is even popping into some great hydroponics farms in Charlotte and getting involved with those. So it's a great success story from Amber. She's now on our advisory board for the certificate. If you would like to hear more, go ahead and have your student talk to their counselor, their CDC, or all the high schools have South Piedmont career coaches. That's a great wealth of information. You can also check out our website, and the QR code is right there. We would love to have your students. We would love to have you guys enrolled. It's a great experience for all. We could even talk to you about some drone classes that we have coming up for these students. Like was mentioned earlier, drones are really big in ag right now, so we can help them with that as well. Thanks for your time.
All right. I believe Miss Moore is having some technical issues, so I'm going to try to get through. Are you
I'm here.
Okay, great,
Yes.
great. All right, so I'm gonna turn it back over to you. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, no problem. My name is Gina Moore. I am the Director of Ag Food Systems at Wingate University. I did join a few minutes late. Me and the students were on farms all day today, and then I had to come home and take care of my own animals, but I'm glad to have made it to talk to you guys. So Wingate University started a new concentration inside of our biology degree. It's called Agricultural Food Systems. So this is now an opportunity for all students, but especially those here in Union County, to stay local and get a degree in agriculture. We have some of our core classes up here. Students take classes in agriculture, business. We have a lot of hands-on opportunities. Internships are required, but also supported through this program. We have tons of electives for students to choose from, and I have students choosing some really interesting minors to pair with their ag food systems degree. And so I'll talk a little bit more about this degree as we go through, but it's just a really great opportunity for students now. I also want to mention we have some other degrees at Wingate that are tangential to agriculture. So we have lots of biology degrees. We have a pre-vet degree that students can get, environmental bio, So there's a lot of opportunities beyond our agricultural food systems program. The last thing I want to mention on this slide is it is a very wide field when you say agricultural food systems, but we've built this program in a way where students get to specialize however they want. And so I've had some students graduate and go to get their master's in food science. I have another student who's taken more of a livestock track. I have some who are leaning more into business. And so we left this degree open for that flexibility so that students can really dial into what they want to do, especially in those junior and senior years. All right, so a little bit about what to expect with Wingate University. So it is right in our backyard. The campus life is great. We have a lot of programs that help support student development, including our Lyceum program, which helps prepare students for careers, expand their mind about topics, and the students really enjoy that. We also try and support our commuters as much as possible. So if your students are interested in commuting to Wingate, we actually have a commuter lounge where they can store their lunches and things like that. So we try to make it very commuter friendly as well. We are really great at transfer credits and have agreements with a lot of our community colleges in the area. And I've worked with several of them specifically for this Ag Food Systems program. What's really neat about this specific degree is because it is cross-disciplinary, a lot of students can transfer in their associate's degree and they can complete their time at Wingate in 2 years. So that's a great plus. With our Ag Food Systems program, the class sizes are small. Our animal science class this semester has 12 students in it, so I can load everyone up in a van and go to farm tours and things like that. We do a lot of help with career prep, resume building, all that kinds of stuff. We help students if they're looking to go to graduate school, helping them through that process of making sure they're prepared for graduate school, they have all their prerequisites, and getting those applications in. Tons of field trips. I love taking the students out and seeing new things. A lot of networking opportunities as well. One thing that I try to do for each of the students is identify the skills that they need for the careers that they want. And so that's something that I talk to them frequently about during advising and try and find those experiences in those classes that will help build their skills. Finally, for our program, our Ag Food System program, we have guaranteed interviews. So I've worked with a lot of businesses in the area, even some statewide organizations that have committed to do and guaranteed interviews for our Ag Food System students. So that's just another great opportunity for our graduates. All right, so we have a farm. Our student farm is located right beside the Cooperative Extension Center in Union County. It's about 4 minutes away from campus. So this is a space where students can get hands-on experience actually growing crops and get that field to fork experience as well. We have other exciting things happening between Wingate University and Cooperative Extension in Union County. We have a food innovation center coming soon. And so that's really going to help connect everything that we're doing at the farm and in our classes so the students get that full experience. But the farm is one of the things that I hear the students say that they love the most about this program is being able to get outside and invest themselves into the actual production that's going into our dining and all kinds of things. Okay, so another unique piece about our program is our community partners. So I work really hard to build relationships with businesses, organizations, and farms in our area. Through this, students get to have their capstone projects that they're required to do. They can do their internships with these community partners. We do a lot of those networking events where I bring in potential employers. And, like I said, we were on farms all day today. So I have really great relationships with two farms in the area that we always go and see during the semesters. And this is just a really good way for students to build relationships with others in their community. And it really helps build those skills that they will need whenever they are seeking employment after graduation. Okay, so this is my last slide. One thing I want to touch on is some of the financial aid that we offer. So Wingate prides itself in being an affordable option for students, and we do that in a variety of ways. Our Wayfind program is great if you have an 8th grader in East Union, Monroe, Porter Ridge, or Sun Valley. That's where our Wayfind program is right now in Union County. They can apply, they get special mentorship, and then they get tuition as they come to Wingate. We have our Gateway program, which is awesome. So there are 5 community colleges in the area. South Piedmont is included in this, where students who get their associate's degrees can then transfer to Wingate, and they pay very reduced tuition. I think it's $2,500 a year right now. And so that Gateway program is huge, and it just makes college really affordable for a lot of students. If your students want to come to Wingate for 4 years, that's awesome too. Again, we have tons of other scholarships. We have work study programs throughout the university so that students can work while they're in school, and we try to create that flexibility for them to succeed at both of those things. If you're interested in applying, I threw the QR code up for that. You can schedule a tour. We do tours of the university Monday through Saturday of every week. Specifically, if students are interested in our Ag Food Systems program, I encourage you to reach out to me. I put my email up here. I am happy to talk with everybody, look at maybe transfer credits, things like that, to see what their time at Wingate would look like. But that's all I have.
All right, I'd like to say good afternoon to everyone, or good evening. I'm Antoine Austin. I serve as Professor of Agriculture Education and Associate Dean for Academic Studies within the College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences at North Carolina A&T, and I'd like to bring you greetings from Aggie Land. Within the College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, we have 4 academic departments. Our Department of Animal Sciences, which is our large enrollment-wise. Our Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Design, which houses our programs in plant and soil science, or what we call sustainable land and food systems, environmental studies, landscape architecture, and agriculture and biological engineering. Our third department is our family consumer science department, which houses our programs in food nutritional science, child development, uh, really a wide array of things, consumer science and fashion design and merchandising in that program as well. And our last department, definitely not least, is my home department, the Department of Agribusiness, Applied Economics, and Agri-Science Education, which houses our programs in agriculture education and agricultural business. So there's so many academic opportunities. We offer 3 Master of Science programs for 3 areas of concentration, 2 Masters of Arts in Teaching, 1 PhD program. We're the nation's largest producer of African American agricultural science graduates, but we have a very diverse enrollment, and we have an enrollment of over 1,200 students. Next slide. Just to give you an idea, I already talked about the programs that we have in our college, but one that I really want to bring to your attention, we mentioned over in South Piedmont, they have the certificate in agribusiness technology. With those courses will transfer directly into many of our degree programs at North Carolina A&T. 2 in particular I'd like to bring to your attention is the BS in agriculture education, which prepares students not only to teach high school agriculture, but to go into careers in private industry, government, cooperative extension, you name it. It's a wide open field. And I'm going to talk about opportunities in agriculture in just a second. Then also our BS in Ag and Environmental Systems, which houses our concentration in agribusiness and food industry management. So all those courses that the students would take in the agribusiness technology certificate will transfer directly into that program as well as some of these other programs. But those are 2 that I would really recommend the students that are direct transfers. And what I would recommend is the students that are wanting to pursue that certificate, take those in conjunction with a lot of your, what we call your general education classes, like the English, the math, the science courses that you would need that would be a part of your first year and a half of college so that you can transfer within around at least 30 or more hours. I tell folks in your generation today, take as many as you can. I wish we could have had this when I was in college, having the opportunity to, coming out of high school and college, I have the opportunity to transfer credits like you have now. One thing that I want to bring to your particular attention is the last bullet on this slide is our accelerated bachelor's and master's program. This is a program that's set up for students to directly come into their undergraduate program and finish their undergraduate and master's degree together within 5 years, with credits counted both ways. Normally, a bachelor's degree is 4 years and a master's is 2, but this allows you to save money and time and get 2 degrees at the same time. So, parents, that might be something you want to encourage your young folks to look at, your young scholars. Okay, next slide. Just want to say we are the nation's largest producer of African American agricultural science graduates, but like I said, we have a very diverse enrollment. We produce the second most number of African Americans go on to receive the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree. We have all of our academic disciplines that have accreditation or accredited. We have a very highly qualified faculty with PhDs from all over the country, from The Ohio State, NC State, Carolina, Iowa State, The Ohio State, Texas A&M, you name it. Our graduates are all over the place. And we also are the nation's largest producer of African American landscape architects as well. Next slide. Just as I get ready to close out, I have one more slide of this one, but I want to mention to you, agriculture is the world's largest industry. It's our state's largest industry. Over $111 billion industry here in the state of North Carolina. If you take the state's next two biggest industries, military and tourism, they do not add up to a dollar value of agriculture. I will tell you this. During 2008, even during the worst of recessions, there were 3 industries that continued to grow even during the recessions. There's healthcare because you're going to get sick at some point, education because somebody's got to teach you, and agriculture because you have to eat. If you don't do anything else, you're going to have food, clothing, and shelter on a daily basis. And that's why you will always have a job available in agriculture. Excuse me, there are more jobs in agriculture than people to fill. Next slide and last slide. Again, this is my contact information. For any of you that would like to reach out, if you have any more questions, please let me know. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. I did have one more slide. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Last thing I was want to say, employers seek our graduates. Our graduates go about 1/3 to graduate school, 1/3 in the private industry, and 1/3 out into the public sector. And our students are accepted to top tier graduate programs. So Aggie is a dynamic product. And speaking of dynamic products, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Dr. Rory, who's the chair of the Department of Biology at A&T. So now it's Dr. Rory's. I'll turn it off to him. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to join you as a proud product of Union County Public Schools. So I'm Chico Rory. I'm professor and chair of the Department of Biology. I attended New Salem Elementary, East Union Middle School, and graduated from Forest Hills High School. I am currently the professor and chair of the Department of Biology, which is located in the College of Science and Technology. We are the largest department at North Carolina A&T with 30 full-time faculty, 21 part-time faculty. We also serve the largest general education course for the university, which is Biology 100. But more importantly, we serve and provide instruction for other majors, including those in the College of Ag and Environmental Sciences, the College of Engineering, to include chemical, biological, and bioengineering, and the College of Health and Human Sciences, which include large departments such as nursing and kinesiology. Next slide. So some of our faculty expertise are as follows. Health disparities, cancer, I'm a cancer scientist myself, microbiology, neuroscience, and you can see a list of the other concentrations that we have in the Department of Biology. But we're the foundation of agriculture, right? And so we serve a lot of different disciplines that students go into when it is related to either agriculture or animal sciences, but also if you decide to go into the healthcare field as well. And one thing we wanted to provide to you all is the opportunity to learn about these other fields. So they're very interconnected, and we do a lot of collaborations across campus and across other institutions as well. Next slide. So, as I mentioned before, we are the largest department on campus. We have a substantial learner community with over 885 or 886 undergraduate students in the major. We have a master's program, and we also train students that are part of the Applied Science and Technology PhD program. And because of that, we are actually developing our own independent PhD program. And we also serve over 25 students in the minor in biology. And we do have a few concentrations in biology that students can consider and become part of. And so this is something definitely for high schoolers to think about. If you're not quite sure what you want to do, you can still come in and as the part of in the College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, but also partner with us as well as you consider your career opportunities. So we have a general track. We have a pre-medical track for those students interested in going to medical school or dental school or in the healthcare space. We have a new track, a pre-law track. Because to understand science is also going to give you some insights as to some up and coming things that may have to do with legal, protecting your own information or to be able to understand science and biology is going to help you, focus your attention as a scientist. And then also that's going to help you in law if there's an area you decide to go into. We also have an interdisciplinary track where we encourage students to look into taking courses in the business area as well. We also have an accelerated bachelor's to master's program. And so number of students who may be coming in with transfer credits can come in and finish both degrees at the same time as Dr. Austin mentioned before. But especially you're coming with additional, credits from high school or some of those that you might have earned at the local community college, those can count towards that degree. So you can come out with the bachelor's and a master's in 4 years or 5 years, depending on how many credits you bring in. And we are just developing now, and it just got an approval, a concentration or focus in biopharmaceutical operations. So you may want to consider going into pharmaceuticals or working for pharmaceutical companies or biotechnology. And so this is an area that we're growing and expanding in within the Department of Biology. Next slide. And so here is just an overview of the average age of our alums, the number of alums that we have produced, where they're located. And you can see the majority of our alums are located in North Carolina. The average salary of our graduates out of the Department of Biology is around $74,000 average salary. Next slide. And so here's my contact information, contact slide. It includes my email address and also my phone number in case you have additional questions, or you can send an email to our department email address, biologydepartment@northcarolina@ncat.edu. And then also visit our website, and the QR code will take you directly to the website. Thank you for your time.
Good evening. I'm Joseph Donaldson. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, your sound is working great.
Oh, great. Good evening, everyone. I'm Joseph Donaldson. I serve as Associate Professor, Extension Specialist, and Director of Undergraduate Programs at NC State University in the Department of Agricultural and Human Sciences. And while I conduct academic programs and teach classes, I also have an extension assignment with NC State Extension, and then I focus my research on how people access and advance in careers in the food and agricultural sciences. Let's look at the next slide. I want to provide an overview of this career pathway. We often describe this career pathway as the human dimension of agriculture. This pathway is for students interested in people, teaching, communicating, as well as any aspect of food, agriculture, natural resources, and human sciences. This pathway is for students who like to be outside. It's for students who like to work with their hands. It is for students who like to solve problems, work with people, and also students who like plants. or animals, or both plants and animals. Now let's look at the academic programs for this pathway. On the next slide, we have BS degree programs in agricultural education as well as agricultural science, and the agricultural science BS degree program also has a fully online option. For the agricultural education BS degree program, students may concentrate in any of the agricultural sciences listed here, including ag business, animal science, agronomy, and poultry. And for agricultural science, students choose 2 areas of agriculture for concentrated study. Many of our students graduate with a BS degree in agricultural science and then 2 minors, which works out really well. If you want to own your own greenhouse and manage that greenhouse, then taking coursework in agricultural business as well as horticulture is a good fit for students. And there are many examples like that across the spectrum of food and agricultural careers. We also have minors in agricultural leadership as well as extension education. And again, most students in our department pursue 1 or more minors throughout the college, which allows them to pursue their interest. If a student is in CTE programs in high school, they are in the right place to prepare for these degree programs. Students get a head start on these degree programs if they have FFA and or 4-H experience. And certainly that's not a requirement, but it provides a great head start and a great foundation for students. The students in our discipline tend to have a combination of technical background and employability skills. One of the best majors for students with multiple interests like plants, animals, technology, leadership is the agricultural science degree. As I said earlier, students choose 2 specializations, and this makes our students generalists in agriculture. Demand is very high for this degree program. We tend to think that a specialist in agriculture, like an animal scientist or an entomologist, makes a really good salary and the generalists do not. And it's actually the opposite. The starting salaries for agricultural science graduates are higher than for entomologists or animal scientists. There are 3 major career pathways for our graduates in agricultural science. The first is production agriculture on farms and greenhouses and more. The second is agricultural sales, and the third is cooperative extension. It's very common for organizations to say, we have invested in technical knowledge. Now we need to hire a people person to develop our organization and to improve our business. And extension, if you're not familiar, is the public agency charged with extending the knowledge of the land-grant university to people who are not enrolled in school. And you may be familiar with some extension programs like 4-H youth development, family and consumer sciences, and agriculture and natural resources. And there are 30,000 extension professionals in the United States. There are 700 of us in North Carolina. So this is very much an in-demand field. There's about a 10% turnover rate in the cooperative extension system because people retire and people find other jobs. And so there are always jobs available, for example, in the production agriculture, the sales, and the cooperative extension pathways. Let's look at the next slide because I want to discuss our agricultural education degree. Through this degree, you certify to teach agriculture in North Carolina and more than 45 other states in grades 6 through 12. We also provide a full semester of student teaching, and our graduates are teachers in public and private schools. Now, this degree program is really good preparation for the agricultural industry as well as human resources and professional development should you choose not to teach. About 75% of our graduates will teach agriculture. The remainder will find careers across the spectrum of the food and fiber system. Demand remains high. In North Carolina, it seems that suburban schools are driving the growth, and we also see this trend nationwide as well. Let me discuss some courses on the next slide. And we like to describe our courses in terms of three buckets. The first bucket are the general education courses, English, math, biology, chemistry. The next bucket are your agriculture courses, beef cattle management, livestock merchandising, greenhouse management, southern row crop production, just to name a few examples. And then the third bucket are your agricultural and extension education courses, and these may include teaching methods, teaching diverse learners, agricultural communication, and introduction to cooperative extension. Our curriculum provides hands-on experiences. For every course that I teach, I prepare a career focus, which is just a brief paragraph explaining how the material we cover in that course is connected to specific careers. I want to introduce you to our Career Pathways Matrix on the next screen, on the next slide. We developed a Career Pathways Matrix, and this links all of the job titles from the United States Department of Labor on the left, and then it shows you how those are connected to majors and minors in the NC State University College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. This matrix, I think everything I've said tonight is important, but I do want to underscore this matrix is the single most important thing because this can help you explore your career pathway in food and agricultural sciences. This is organized by the themes that are in your personality assessment. So this is organized by the same 6 themes: your realistic, investigating, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional. So take your results from the student's assessment and then look at that personality assessment results and compare it to the realistic, the investigative, the conventional tables that we've developed at the link that is shown. Next, let me tell you how to learn more on the next slide. Check out our college. Also, spend a day at State. We do tours on Fridays, and many students have an opportunity to attend a class, to eat in our dining hall, to talk to other students and faculty. You have the option to meet with financial aid. You also have the option to tour a residence hall. So we highly recommend Spend a Day at State, and you can register on that link. Spend a Day at State is specific to juniors and seniors in high school, but we also have a similar event for freshmen and sophomores in high school. And we have a list of what will make you a competitive transfer applicant if you choose to transfer, because that's a great option. You save money and you're able to take some courses close to home. And North Carolina has an abundant and exemplary community college system. So if you are a transfer applicant, you'll want to check out the recommendations for competitive applicants. And then our department, feel free to check that out, Agricultural and Human Sciences. And then again, I have to underscore the Career Pathways Matrix is a great place to get started on your journey in this food and agricultural science pathway. On the last slide, I just want to say, go Pack. Thank you to Union County Public Schools for this opportunity. I very much enjoyed connecting with you tonight, and my information is on the contact sheet, so don't hesitate to visit or call or email. Also, I'm always happy to set up a video conference if I may serve you. Best wishes to all of you, and I wish your students much personal, academic, and career success. Thank you very much.
All right. I've been looking at questions that may be popping in, and we did have one question that I wanted to make sure that I shared with the group. The question was regarding access to this slide deck. This slide deck will be this is being recorded, so this event will be published on the UCPSCTE.org website in the coming days once we get the recording done and we get it up on our site. So be looking for that on there. If you haven't looked at our UCPSCTE.org site, it's a great place to look at the pathways that we have in Union County Public Schools. It's also a great place for you to find out information about things like internships and work-based learning opportunities that we have as well. So with that being said, I do not see any other questions in there. I do want to thank all of our presenters for taking time out of their evenings to spend some time providing information for the Union County community today. Some great opportunities for students who have interest in going into career fields related to agriculture. These partner institutions are really great opportunities for our students to go and get further education once they graduate, or through South Piedmont Community College while they're in high school through our Career and College Promise pathway. So with that being said, we are providing the contact information for all of our people here. So if you would like to use this QR code, or if you would like to click on that or use that link, you can key that in. That will take you to a document that has contact information for all of our presenters today. Again, I want to thank everybody for being here. We could not do these things without great partners from all of our institutions. And again, our goal is to really provide our students with an aligned pathway and a roadmap to their career choice related to agriculture. We will be doing a couple more of these this year. In January, we will have another opportunity for you to learn more about pathways related to healthcare in Union County Public Schools, as well as some of our partners. So be looking forward to that information coming out sometime in the coming weeks. I want to thank you all very much for being here. And again, have a good evening.